I am a Kakla like I, there is no city, nor the crowd of human beings, Sarf is a light beauty, and a mystery, which is the chibi in the ovaries of the sea. The film begins showing a ship, which is moving towards his mantra through the South Atlantic Ocean. A weather was on that ship. Those people were going towards an essence, who was clinging to the deep parts of Atlantic Ocean. The government had swept the debit there, so that it could exemption the big fault of that object. The debit was to stay there for a year, kills to collect the dead, to understand the strange badges of Misma, and then I had to come back. Captain was taking debit on his ship to that islet. There was also 1 year of food and everything needed. After the journey, the car finally reached the yacht. Those people descended on the Ames with the madness of Bod. Also brought her essential items. There was a light money on the islet. And a chota gagger, where David had to live. Even before this, Kunki lived here. But the time of his duty was over. From today, David had become the new weather of this eye. And the old officer Robert Up was about to get rid of Captain Oxel's ship. But those people will be surprised by going to that gar. There was no mark of any ancestation. Inside the room, all the scattered and everything was reverse. That lying. When he asked the Guruner about the old weather officer, he replied with great carelessly. He is dead. He had a terrible disease. When the captain asked him about Deedwadi, you can walk back with us. But the Devitt knew, if he came to the government's accurate weather, then he can get a lot of money. And he needed money anyway. That is why he swims that he would stop. Captain take him for a dirty, protective, the wakes are not as much as it looks. Captain's departure was made a slightly settlement, making Gar a little, worth living. He found a dairy in a darer of the room, the old officer. That officer, in Anisotera, had taken steps on this island. In the diarrhea, about the ingredients, a lot was written, the next everything is not clear, some things were wealthy. The debit went to every line from the heart. There were also skies of some strange animals in the diary. Devitt did not understand why he made IC pictures. The next morning Davitt started his work. But as soon as he reached the sea, his steps were made. Some waters between the rocks were decorated in a strange way. And there were some shells between them. Devitt thought that Guruner may have done all this. Thinking this, he started working again. Collecting the data of Mosen is the same thing for which he came here. During the work, when he looked from binocular towards Light Hans, he saw another anxiety with the Guruner. But then he thought that it was probably the night. And Devitt was also in his work. Then only the nose on the door, he thought he is probably Gurur. Devitt called her name, but no answer was found. As soon as the Devitt was ahead with a lump in his han.